Okay, here's my presentation for phase 1 of the term project for CPSC 651, which is the big data course. So in this phase, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the data set selection that I made. I chose to use the Good Books 10K data set that's out on GitHub. It's a bunch of reviews for the top 10,000 books off of goodreads.com. The link is included below. The reason that I chose this particular data set, first reason is because I really love books. I'm an avid reader, and I actually use Goodreads quite a bit to record what I've read, but also to get recommendations from other people, other friends, and things like that. And so it's of interest to me because I use the service. And the other reason is that the data set that they have out there, it's a large data set, but it's not too large for the purposes of the course. So I know this is a big data course, and typically we would need terabytes or petabytes of data. I can't do that on my laptop, obviously, and so this gives me a small enough data set that I can do it on my laptop. But then, as a third bullet point suggests, this data set can also be augmented if needed. So because Goodreads has an API, I can use this to go and use the book IDs and go out and pull more information about the books and more information about the users and more information about the ratings and things like that. And so that's why I chose this particular data set. So this data set has a couple of different, I think there's 5 different CSV files. The first one is the books itself. You can see some sample data here. It includes things like the book ID and the ISBN number, the extended ISBN number, which is a 13-digit number, who the authors are, the title, when it was published. But then it also has an overall rating count, and then the actual ratings by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stars. So, and then of course the images for the books. So the next file is the ratings file. And so this actually is, while previously on the books they had a rating per level, that was an aggregate. This one is the actual individual ratings per user. So it has the user ID, the book ID, and then the rating that that user gave that book. We also have a tags. So in Goodreads they have a notion of tags so that each individual user can go in and for each book that they've read, they can tag that book as, you know, by genre or by subject or whatever. You can basically make up your own tags, and so that's what this file is all of the tags that have been created in their system. And then you can link those tags to the book. So you can see that book number 1 there at the top is related to tag 30574, and it's been linked that way, 167,000 times. And so you can see that how a book relates to a tag, and you can see how many times that relation is created. And that means that many users, 167,000 users in this particular case, have read book 1 and have gone in and tagged it as this particular tag. And I don't know what that tag is, but without going in and looking for it. But so you can see how tags relate to books. The last one is you can also see the books that a user wants to read. And so in this case you have the user ID and the book ID. These are specifically ones that the user may not have read yet, but they've gone out and said, hey, I want to read this book. Somebody recommended it or whatever, and so they've tagged it as such. So this is the data set that I've chosen to work with, and I'm hoping that this will work out for the course. I think it will be a good data set. I think there's a lot of good information that I can use in here to do some analysis. And like I said, the data set can also be augmented. So that is my presentation for phase 1, and I'm looking forward to going to the next phase.